just got in the mail my new dashcam for my car. So I was thinking about why not to do a unboxing video. I'm not too good at this type of videos, but I will try my best. This camera is from VIOFO. They contacted me and sent this camera. I will mount this camera on my car. It's a BMW X3 F25. I have here the latest model A119 Mini 2 with Sony sensor, the latest generation of Sony sensor. This camera will have a very good image quality. I know that because I have mounted in the past on different cars, the older generation, so that was amazing. They also include an SD card. What is this? Remote control. I think this is to save video in case you don't want to touch the camera, or maybe the camera is mounted on the windshield where you won't have access. They include a lens filter. I think it's an anti-glare filter for the camera. And the most important thing, the dashcam hardware kit. This kit will allow me to connect that camera directly to the harness of the car, but in the box there is a harness, a power supply that will be able to use this camera in your car by using the lighter socket or the charging socket of your car. For the guys that are following me, I'm in my apartment, I'm in my rented apartment in the United States. I'm from Europe, just moved here. Enough with talking, and let me set up the camera and show you what it's in these boxes. Okay, let's start with the big one, the camera itself. From what I see, the camera is well packaged, like a new iPhone. This is the camera. It's very small. Oh, have GPS module. This is the lens. This camera will be glued on the windshield, and depending on the type of windshield or the type of the car, you will be able to set up the lens, but unfortunately you won't be able to set up the camera to the left or to the right. Next in the box, read before installation or remove before flight to prevent test check. Okay, I have two plastic films. I don't remember exactly for what are those, but I will find out. The user manual, I will read this for sure. Warranty policy, warranty card with customer service, and another remove before flight. They include a plastic tool, a pry tool to remove ornaments from your car, and this will be very useful. Another double tape from 3M in case you will destroy this one, I imagine, or in case you will need to readjust the position of the camera. USB cable, USB-C to USB-A, and the normal charging cable. But it is a normal USB-C to USB-A cable, only that it's longer, and a charger that can be used to charge even your mobile phone, I think. Yeah, 5 volts output. So this is the camera. Okay, next the hardware kit. The hardware kit will have an user manual. This will be, I think, important. And inside of this bag the cable itself, the same USB-C for the camera, USB Type-C, an adapter, a hardware kit for car dashcam, input, power, black, okay. I have read something about this adapter that will power off the camera in case the voltage of your battery will be under 11.8 volts. You will need to select this position, or if you want to stop the camera when your car battery will be at 12.2 volts, you will need to select this position, and so on. I will test this. Let me see the filter. Oh, okay. I don't know why they sell this separately and why they won't include it directly from factory on the camera. Something like that. Of course, I need to remove the films. Next step, the remote control. It's a battery here for the remote control. Double tape. User manual, a smaller one. Okay. And the remote control itself. The packaging is very interesting. The remote control already have a double tape on its back and already have a battery inside. Oh, have a spare battery here that will be lost for sure. It's quite small. The SD card is a normal SD card, and this is all. Now I want to power on this camera. First, I'm curious to see if this adapter will work. For this, I have a power supply. Because I'm new in this country, I don't have nothing here. I have moved from Romania, Europe, to the United States. I was not able to take all my tools from back home. I needed to sell everything that I got, and I come here with my clothes, my dog, my wife, my tablet, iCom, and that's all. So in this case I need to buy everything again from scratch. Now I have here in this box a brand new power supply that I will use to test this camera, and of course you can see I don't have proper lighting. I don't have a garage because I'm in a rented apartment now, but maybe in the future everything will be resolved. I've searched a little bit until I have decided what power supply I will get. This one is a 30 volts 10 amps power supply. Perfect. I have a set of leads. For the moment they are perfect for this job, but in the future they will be replaced with something much better. Minus and plus. With the hardware kit it's very simple. This one have these three wires. Black one is ground minus, a red one it's battery plus, and yellow it's accessories or ignition, switch on ignition. I recommend to put fuse on both of these wires. Ground it's ground, black, red it's plus. On the camera I have a USB-C port here and another one here. On this one it says power. This GPS module normally will remain on the windshield. You can slide the camera to the right and remove it to take it home. Next I will insert the memory card in the camera, like so. I will connect the camera to the power supply. At this moment the camera is not taking any current. I will switch on the ignition. Switching on the ignition now, I will connect the yellow wire with the red one. And the camera is starting to draw current. And the camera has started. And it's speaking with me, and I don't like that. At this moment, the camera, it's pulling 211 milliamps, 210. Normally, in any type of BMW, if you will leave this camera to record when the engine is off, to record overnight or parking mode, with this type of current, the car will be able to see anything over 80 milliamps. Over 80 milliamps. The car itself will pull somewhere around 60 milliamps for the control modules to be alive. So you have from 60 to 80 only 20 milliamps available for your extra consumers. And in this case, the car will see this big current draw and will enter in protection. When you will go in your car in the morning, will start the car, you'll have in your instrument panel and your entertainment, your navigation, the message battery discharge when stationary. And in that case, the car will disconnect anything, including this camera. What? What happened?
Video protected.
Oh, I think I move it. So let me switch off the ignition to see how much current this camera will draw. Now the camera is shut down and it's pulling only 8 milliamps, 0.008 milliamps. That means it's perfect, but now this camera, it's in standby, is not filming. If I will move it, G sensor is deactivated. I think the G sensor from inside is deactivated for parking protection, and the parking mode is deactivated because the parking mode, normally when the image is moved, when something is moving on the image, the camera will start to record, but in this case is not recording because it's not pulling current. Okay, I will switch on the ignition again. The camera will start.
Recording started.
Will start to record. I will use my phone to connect with this camera. First thing, I need to download the app. To do that, I will use the camera of the phone. I will power on the camera. I will scan the QR code. View in Play Store. This is the app, VIOFO. Install. After installing the app, I can open it. I will allow. No, I'm not interested in any VPN. Connect your camera. Searching for camera. And now will ask me to long press the Wi-Fi button. The Wi-Fi button.
Wi-Fi enabled.
Wi-Fi enabled. I need to go to Wi-Fi and I will need to search for this SSID VIOFO and the pin. I will need the pin to connect with the camera. Here is the camera. Enter password. Password is 128. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Connect.
Wi-Fi connected.
Wi-Fi connected says. Okay, now let's go back into the app. Connect to your camera. And now I connected with the camera. Here I can see the resolution of the camera. In the live feed, I have the option to switch camera in case I have more cameras, but this is the only one. Snapshot to take a picture. This is to select to see all the recordings. This is recording and stop recording, and this one is for the settings. To go in the settings, first I need to stop recording. Go in the settings, and in the settings I have the video settings, video resolution, loop recording, recording audio, it's on, exposure, motion detection, Let's switch that on. G sensor, it's on low sensitivity. Date stamp, time, Wi-Fi channel, time zone, date, boot delay, parking recording timer 48 hours, enter parking mode timer. Image rotate is to rotate the camera upside down, and image mirror, it's if you mount the camera on the back. Notification sound, voice notification, I will deselect that because I hate it. Voice control, I'm not interested in something like that. GPS, I will leave it on. The speed unit, I will use miles per hour. Okay. And language, format SD card, Wi-Fi name, I can change the name of the Wi-Fi in the password, custom text stamp if I want to add a name, something on the image, car license number, and so on, and the version of the firmware and the app version. So this is all from the phone for the application. Next to the camera, I will want to do some tests. First, I want to see in how much time this camera will go off after I have removed the ignition. I have switched off the ignition and it's going off very quickly. Now it's in standby mode and I will switch on again the ignition. Give me 2 seconds to activate the G sensor. I set up the camera for the parking mode, but first I will switch on the ignition. To activate the camera. The camera is started, it's recording. The G sensor is working, you can see I have saved this image, this file. I think I need to wait a little bit more for the next file to be able to save it for the G sensor. Now I will switch off the ignition. The camera will need to shut down. The camera is shutting down now. So let me see the parking mode. Normally the camera will need to be activated when we'll see movement in front of the lens, but at this time he's not doing that. And the last test that I want to do on this camera, I will switch on again the ignition. I want to see the remote control and test now the button. It's recording. See the red light? It saved the video. So the remote control is working. Nice. This is all from my living room with the VIOFO camera. Next video in which you will see that camera will be the retrofit video, the video in which I will mount that camera. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye now.